Hello, hello, and good afternoon, and welcome to Thfc Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and their exciting future under myself, Dermot, aka Dermatron, and my co-host, Mr. Philip Brady, aka the Wanderer.
Did we take over the club or something? Nobody told
Yeah,
me.
yeah, we did, yeah.
That was a
You've
quick
taken over
takeover.
that. You're the new Daniel Levy sort of head of Tottenham.
Thanks.
So when lose that, everyone's just going to go for you, Philip. I put you as the face. I'm the private sort of investor. You're the face of my takeover bid.
Thank you so much, Dermot. Really appreciate it.
I know you love being out there. You're a people's man, so
Not that much. Not that much.
Now, I am keeping across at the moment for the Formula One, of course. Just to let you know, it is second practice for the Grand Prix for Bahrain. At the moment, Lewis Hamilton's leading the way in second practice, 0.2 quicker than Russell, nearly 0.3 quicker than Alonso. Verstappen is sixth, nearly 0.5 down on Hamilton's time, and Perez is nearly 0.8 down on Hamilton's times. But it will look. We'll know more tomorrow in qualifying. Practice is practice. Qualifying is another thing. How's your day been, Mr. Brady?
How's it been? Bit of a flash. Gone by in a flash. Busy. And I may.
You're buying a
flat. I may still have to go off take a call during this, but hopefully not.
You're buying a flat.
No, I'm not buying a flat. Jesus, I'm not.
Big up to Wembley one. Afternoon, everyone.
Wembley.
It's the only one in the chat, Philip. Where is everyone?
Come on, lads. Where's everybody? Come on.
Where is everyone?
There's Chris now. There's Chris.
Big up, Chris. Chris, we'll do that preview in the morning. And let me know which races you're available from, and we'll get that kicked off as well. But yeah, tomorrow's the Hotspur Daily News there's a bit of a takeover, isn't there, Philip?
It's not the Hotspur Daily News at all. It's Formula One Daily News.
It's the F1. It's the F1 Daily Update, qualifying update. That's what it is. We're bringing you live coverage of the first qualifying session now. Normally these are on Saturday, but because we start the season in the Middle East, and there has to be, Philip, a 7-day break between the end of the one race to the start of the next race. That's why it's on both on Saturdays.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Well, big up, Chris. Is it? Big up, lads. Hope you are well. We are fine. Philip, look, after you left yesterday, I stirred up the pot a little bit.
So I hear.
Just a tad.
You can't leave you on your own at all, can you?
I got on, and to the one person who said that I'm not related to Michael Collins, and that called me like, go and stuff yourself because I know my family tree. So go and find your nearest pub and just drink in it. So I'm glad I've got that off my chest. I called Declan. I said yesterday that Declan Rice and Jack Grealish choose the easy option for playing for England than playing for Ireland. Now, my argument was, Philip, that qualifying for other majors, other majors like Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Ireland Republic is more of an achievement than it is qualifying for England. Now, I caused a bit of a stir with my comments, and I stand by my comments. But where are you in this? Do you think I make a good point, or am I barking up the complete wrong tree?
No, you're right. Declan Rice, of the two of them, I hold Declan Rice more guilty than Jack Grealish, to be honest with you. But they had the chance to represent Ireland. They looked at it, right? They probably thought the prospects were far greater, as you rightly said, qualifying for tournaments with England. And that's what they took the easy way out. They took the easy way out and left Ireland in the lurch. And I personally will never forgive them for it. I mean, I'm not a rampant nationalist or anything like that, but I think you should have pride for your country. Pride for playing for your country. And pride obviously means nothing to these lads. All they're thinking about is medals and winning tournaments and qualifying and money. So.
You do get money for playing for your international team.
You do. So
that's why this little hole growing out of Philip's head at the moment. There's little horns.
It'll be fully grown by tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah. Where's the rustling coming from? I don't know if it's from me.
Oh, it's not me anyway. Don't think.
Yeah. So you're in agreement with what I said yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the Irish team would have been much improved if the two lads had played, but they didn't. They made their choice, and they're going to have to live with it. And it's just a shame that they didn't put their pride of being Irish ahead of their bank balance.
Yeah, it gets. You'd say to Gareth Bale, I said it yesterday, Philip, that after you left, I said, Gareth Bale can tell his grandkids, I qualified for the Welsh team in since the first time. That's a massive achievement.
It was, yeah. Well,
Jack Grealish
Scotland are qualified as well. So, it's great for a team. Like to me, I mean, I hope anybody watching from England isn't going to take offence to this, but every time we look at England playing in the competition, they seem to get easy enough draws. Like they seem to play the same, like Macedonia and Slovenia and teams like that. It just seems that England are a big draw; they're always going to be top seed, but they all seem to get reasonably easy groups. Whereas Ireland, we get drawn against France and Holland. For God's sake,
Are you trying to tell me that it's rigged?
No, no.
I think you are.
No, not really. No, well, not really. No.
There's a conspiracy. You're starting to compare as conspiracy theory here.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like the Philippines. It's not like the Philippine elections where the results a week before the poll. It's not quite that bad. But no, I don't think it's fixed. But I think the way the seedings are done, that could be classed as being manipulated. To make sure that certain teams get in pot A and certain ones don't. Anyway,
what's Chris saying? I'm going to mute myself just for a little bit. But if I bring the chat up, Philip, can you bring up the chat? And then where am I gone? Then I'll unmute myself and come back in. I'll just a bit noise. That's all.
Chris is saying, I wouldn't judge the timings that much. Most of them were on soft. Most of them using different. That's the fuel modes, etc. We know more in qualifying. Yeah, that's an F1 story. Yeah. Sonny KL7's in saying hello, Sonny. And Stephen Cartwright's in the house. Afternoon, lads. You see the old gates are coming home. Yes, I saw that. Now, I don't know where they're going to be actually situated in the ground, but it's great to see them. Those old gates that were on Bill Nicholson Way there. So, that's a very good, it's a good move by the club. They've probably been in storage now for the last 7 years or so. So, 7 years, yeah. God, is it 7 years next month? We moved out of April. We moved out of the stadium. God, didn't see it. Anyway, let's see who else we got in the chat here. Sonny's saying good afternoon. Matthew is saying, back again. Matthew saying, big up comrades Dermot and Philip. How are you, Matthew? Chris Welsh is laughing. Sonny's laughing. Stephen Thomas is saying,
bringing them up, Philip. You don't need to do
sorry,
it.
Sorry, I thought you was wasn't the easy way out. It's a lot harder playing for England and Ireland. Yeah, but
disagree with that. It is the easy way out.
It is. It's more prestigious playing for England. You're more. What would you say? You're in the public eye more.
Yeah, but 9 out of 10 times, England will qualify for a major tournament where Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Ireland may not qualify for a major tournament all the time. Scotland are going through a purple patch of qualifying for major tournaments.
Yeah, fair dues.
But they don't go through. We may be a smaller nation. Wales may be a smaller nation. Scotland may be a smaller nation. But if you look at the thing, England is a bigger nation with a bigger football organization.
That's true.
So of course they're going to qualify for more tournaments. But when you get to the smaller nations, it's more of an achievement.
Yeah.
If you and me played for Ireland, we would consider it a major achievement. You think Packy Bonner or John Aldridge or Paul McGrath or David O'Leary, when they qualify for Euro 88, our first ever major tournament, how much of an achievement that was for them? Where England qualified to that tournament unbeaten.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's only 3 times I can remember England not qualifying for a World Cup: 74, 78, and 1994. Every other tournament they have qualified either for the European Championships or World Cup. England have qualified.
How many have they won?
One. But it's the same for Italy as well. Like it's the same for any major European nation. Italy, Germany, France. Even France don't qualify for, well, they didn't, but they do now. But I still think like Denmark winning Euro 92 was a massive achievement.
Yeah, and Greece won it as well, didn't they?
Greece won it. These little nations that don't qualify for every tournament, it's more of an achievement, I think, for these little nations. And then when a player has a chance to play for these little nations and play for the team that for these nations, and they go to the bigger teams because they want to chase the glory. I don't agree with that.
No, you're right. You're right. Anyway, Peter Wren has been big up there with Philip and everyone in the chat. And Donna Cullen, I found out what that means. It means, how's it going? That's basically what Wagwan means. How's it going? And same to Donna. How's it going with you, Donna? And Sonny again, yeah. Donna, Mr. Moyles, it was delight streaming with you on Mr. Collins' channel. Oh, there you go.
I had the pleasure of being on the same stream as Donna Cullen the other night. Couldn't understand the words she was saying, but she was on there.
She probably couldn't understand you either, so that made it mutual.
Well, yeah, that is a very good point. But the point, it was a delight. It was a delight on you as well, Donna. So
that's
big
great.
up, Donna.
Good stuff. Yeah, where are we? Matthew, Oliver Glasner is a great manager, a tactical genius. I watched Bundesliga. He was crazy good for Frankfurt. Well, let's hope he's not too good on Saturday.
Looked good in that last game, Philip.
Yeah, so fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. There's a new manager.
They were only playing Burnley, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's something to do with it, I'd say. Peter Emerson, Croatia shows that smaller nations can be outstanding at football if the culture is up for it. Yeah, Croatia is a team, and Croatia always seems to produce good teams. And look at the players they produce: Modric and Rakitic and Perisic and all these. You know.
I mean, that's the point I'm making, Philip. It's all about we had the talent, but they've just looked over the water. We do better with them, not.
Yeah.
And that's the annoying thing. We've produced two of the best talents, and that they're playing at the high. And England didn't have to do anything. It was us to put them through the under 16s, 17s, 18s, under 21s, and they get the benefits for them.
Yeah, we did the hard work bringing them up, and then they just.
I don't think you should be able to. Once you make an appearance, I think at under 21 level, you cannot then change.
You should be tied in. You should be. You're right. Yeah, too easy to get out. Too easy to get out. No, Peter Emerson, England failed to qualify for the 2008 Euro.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
That was when the Wally with the brolly.
Oh dear. And Stephen Thomas, you don't get stick for Ireland, Wales, and Scotland if you don't win it. England players are under pressure to win.
I don't agree.
That's the well. No, he's quite right in the way. You know, the English press are putting players under tremendous pressure.
Yeah, but Philip, recently you know full well how the media has been over here with Stephen Kenny. For Christ's sake, we couldn't even be in Kazakhstan. For Christ's sake, you know, we get it over here as well. That's not probably in a different level.
I was wondering how long it would take you to get around to Stephen Kenny. Yeah.
Well, it's a good point, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good point. You know, it just really gets me so mad when that Jack Grealish and Declan Rice, they're the smirky little traitorous faces standing there. Next thing, they were singing the national anthem as well.
No, they wouldn't know the words.
Wouldn't even know the words to our national anthem, let alone that one.
No, well, that's true. Now, what's next? Ian is saying England or Dutch. England, new country. England, yeah, thinking England or Dutch. There you are.
I'll let you answer that, Philip. You're the head honcho.
Well, come on, Saturday, anytime. Come on, one of the watch-alongs.
We are going to start a fan show, aren't we, Philip? We are going to start a members fan show to come on. So that's going to be kicking off in the next couple of weeks as well. So, Donna, keep
more than welcome on that.
you're more than welcome to come on. Just you need to sort out your mic a little bit because it was a bit hard to hear you. But if you get that sorted out, you're more than welcome.
Colin Turner saying, afternoon, gentlemen. How are you, Colin?
Big up afternoon, say big up.
And Matthew said, I think someone individual wins a Euro for Ireland. In it itself is the greatest achievement a football player could have. I think someone individual wins the Euros for Ireland. I'll tell you, if Ireland ever won the Euros, the country shut down for a month. we got to the quarterfinals in 1990, and it wasn't the same for weeks. So we actually won the bloody thing. I think it would be something else now. We're a nation that knows how to celebrate. Not right, Dermot? Knows how to party. There you go. Yeah.
Look, it would be a massive achievement if we did get to the quarterfinals in our first World Cup and narrowly lost to Italy. We've always done well at tournaments, Philip. We've always overachieved when we've gone to it, apart from Trapattoni's Ireland.
Yeah, 2002 was good in Japan. You know,
Yeah,
so yeah,
I think if Roy Keane, to be
we
fair,
punch above our weight.
If Roy Keane was in that squad, we would have beaten Spain.
Yeah,
I think
we punch above our weight. Is probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah,
but the minute we're in the featherweight division, we really want to be among the heavyweights.
Yeah, and we were there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think after Martin O'Neill and after John Delaney, it's gone. Sorry, I've got something on my mic. After John Delaney, it's just gone on the complete slide down to a bunch of. It's disgraceful how the FAI have run Irish soccer and how it's been allowed to go down into the depths of
depression.
Not even depression, Philip. So depression is one word, but let the declines really set in. Where we were, it's like the FA letting the England national side go into a decline. The fans wouldn't stand for it.
Yeah,
you know that as well as I do. If
Oh,
it
they
was
wouldn't.
like
No,
Germany
they wouldn't.
or Brazil or Argentina or Italy or France, the fans wouldn't stand for it. But we stand for it over here, and it's wrong. We shouldn't stand for it. We shouldn't stand for our national side to be dragged through the mud, and we can't even beat blooming a side like who did we lose to last year?
New Zealand.
Kazakhstan.
Listen, you can blame John Delaney all you like. He was to blame in the past. You can't blame him for what's happened in the last 2 years or so, management-wise. We kept in a manager that wasn't up to the job, and now he's sacked, and we can't find anyone to replace him, basically.
Yeah, but the problem is, Philip, it's the organisation's rotten to the core.
It's better now than it was, right?
It's still not right. Better than it was.
No. Under John Delaney, Dermot, it was an absolute shit show. Absolute. Yeah. It's not quite as bad. They've got a new chief executive in. He's doing his best. It's still not right. It's still not perfect. And until they get the right appointment for a manager in, we're not going to reap the benefit of it. But we're better off than we were under John Delaney. We really are.
But do you get my point? If that was any other national organizer, any other, like the FA or the German FA or the Italian FA, nobody would stand for it. But we as fans stand for it, and we stood for it under.
Well, what can you do? What can you do? Go out and demonstrate outside the Aviva. You can do nothing. You only have to do is the press needs to get after them. The papers need to get after them. Because listen, those guys in power, they will listen to respected journalists getting on their case and giving out and complaining about the way things are going. Joe Public can go stuff himself. They don't care. All they want from Joe Public is a 50 quid a seat to go and sit in the Aviva and watch them lose. That's all they want. But it's the press and the politicians, or not the politicians, the people in that write newspaper columns and have blogs and have social media columns. They're the people that can get on their back. They're the ones they have to listen to.
Like us.
Yeah, but Joe Public isn't going to have much of a look in there.
We can vote with our feet, Philip, not go.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what you can do. But well, Dermot, every time Ireland will play, the place is full.
Yeah.
Because people will go on the hope that it's going to be better than the last time. And the things are going to get better.
Yeah. But the thing is as well, if people vote with their feet, they will then get very quickly realize, oh, hang on a minute, this cannot carry on. We cannot go on like this. But
Yeah,
they
but
won't
then
because
you
people
vote
are
with your
just like
feet.
lamb to the. It's like following a bunch of lemons.
Yeah, but it's a catch-22 situation, Dermot. You vote with your feet and don't turn up at the matches, right? Then there is no money in the kitty to improve things. Look at it that way. It's the gate money that keeps things going. So the gate money stops, then nothing's going to move.
Right. The FA have sponsors, right? The FA or any FA around the world have big sponsors. They generate money themselves without government help.
Yeah.
The government here has to pump money into our football association to keep it afloat. You know yourself that they give money to some fella.
They'll give 15 million to the GEA basically, but they won't give it to soccer.
This is where I think it's on. This is where it's unfairly balanced.
Because to a lot of people, to a lot of the gum-bean politicians, the guy that still thinks that De Valera is in power, football, I'll call it soccer for this thing. Soccer is a foreign game. Like it's only 30 or 40 years ago that GEA players were allowed to play soccer and rugby. If they as much as even looked at a soccer match, they'd be banned from playing GAA, and that's not. That's happened in my lifetime, in your lifetime.
Yeah.
So this is how antiquated the things are here, and until there's a complete sea change in attitude, we are always going to be the poor relations in the sporting world. The GAA will get everything they want. We will not get it. Now, the League of Ireland, in all fairness to it, is selling out matches, albeit, stadiums only hold 3,000 or 4,000 people, but they're selling out games, which never happened in the past. So there is a revival from that point of view, but it's self-funding and self-generated. It's not getting any help from the government.
No, I know, yeah. It's look, very much.
I know we could talk about that for hours. We will go back to that as things progress. As the new Ireland manager situation progresses, we'll come back to this subject. You know.
Chris says, let's see if Glenn
Glasner
lasts long at Palace. I doubt it. No ambition at the club from owners.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Peter M says, by the way, the Croatian population is 3.8 million.
Slightly less than Ireland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't speak that. Can you speak?
No, I don't know what that thing. It's all. No, sorry, I can't make that. No, afraid we don't. Is that Spanish? I don't think.
Is that Spanish or French?
It's Spanish or Portuguese? I'm not quite sure. It's not French, I don't think.
Anyway, well, big up.
Anyway,
if you can put it into it, we've got Matthew. Apparently, you heard that Palace will back him so much in the summer.
We'll see.
Peter M says, I don't agree with Stephen Thomas. I think the smaller teams also feel great pressure to win. If you were talking the Irish traitors, Ad Keane, his dad's Irish.
Yeah, but like they never really chased Harry Kane. That because when the time Harry Kane committed to England, he wasn't the Harry Kane he is now. You know.
Fan show, big up to Daniel Field. Hiya, Dermatron, Philip, and all. Big up. Donna Collar, Mr. Moyle. I am Irish and proud to be one. I'm not like Mr. Grealish or Mr. Rice.
There you go.
Yeah. The Greece football blue card EU. Disagree with the. Do you disagree with the blue card?
We do. Yeah, I do. We don't want it. We don't want it.
I feel Philip. It's football's now gone like.
But like American football, football the game lasts an hour, but the game's in play for about 8 minutes in that hour.
Yeah.
You know? So, no, we don't want the same.
Okay. Peter M says, talking of national allegiance, what do you think about Matty Cash discovering his inner Pole and joining up with Poland? Well, that's a surprise. I read that.
Matty Cash is a fucking disgrace, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's knacking 2 of our players in recent games with Villa, and he can go and sign for Kazakhstan for all I care about him. You know, I have no time for that guy at all.
But did that make where he's
never going to play for England? He was never going to play for England. He probably discovered he didn't living in Warsaw, so I will sign him up for Poland. You know, good luck to him.
Matthew says Ireland needs a selfish player who is goal scorer who can carry them. We need a Robbie Keane.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Evan Ferguson going to be the man? I don't know. I don't think so. Although that little fella Ogbene is doing very well for Luton at the minute. So
Obi-Wan, he is, Obi-Wan Kenobi, as I call him. The real N17 Yid big up Lewis. He says, trouble with Wales, Scotland and the Irish is that they struggle against other countries with the same size players.
The same standard of players. Yeah, he's probably right. Yeah.
No, he is a bit... Look, we struggled against Kazakhstan. We never used to, but we have.
We struggled against anyone. Just I'm back to you in 1 second.
We've got Am saying, do Mrs. Green, please. I do not know what you're on about. With young players in the Premier League, is it as much about profile than allegiance to any one country? If the young players in the Premier League, is it much about... It is. It is about profile. It is. It's about profile. It's about... I do you know what?
Good, all right, Longo.
Answer that.
Yeah. Sorry, John.
I don't know what to make of that one there. With young players in the Premier League, is it much about profile than it is allegiance to any one country?
Yeah, profile helps, all right.
Yeah,
but I still think playing for if you're playing in the Premier League, you want to be playing for England. I think that's probably the
and then Chris
or something like that.
Yeah. Well, look, it is, isn't it? It's about it. Playing for your country isn't as important, I think, to players than it used to be.
Oh no, it's not. I don't think so.
And I think once years ago, if you were picked for your country, that was the highlight of your career.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's winning the Champions League. It's the highlight of your career.
Yeah, that's true.
So really, playing for your country isn't the big thing anymore, and you get paid for it. And it's all about. I don't think you should be paid to play for your country.
Yeah, the honor of playing should be like I think what they get. I don't think it's a huge match fee. I don't think it's huge, but yeah, the honor of playing it should be enough because you're making enough money from your club anyway. So
yeah, and also I did make Micah Richards on the Rest is Football podcast, which I watched with Gary Lineker and Alan Shearer. He said the England players when he joined up used to give all their match fees to charity.
All right, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
so I don't know if players still do that or whatever. Football, Chris says it's gone. Football's been gone for decades. They're trying to turn football into a bloody dodgeball. Yeah, that's so true. Matthew says Dermot McTominay is top scorer of United this season with 16 goals. They wanted him out in the summer, and he's a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, he saved them saved them again.
Yes. Colin Turner, agents play that part, and yeah, they do.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the curse of the young player.
Yeah, and I guess Colin Turner is getting at the need for the player to be international to raise his profile. Well, that's true as well. Will you look at Gary Lineker back in the day? Everton scores 6 goals in the '86 World Cup. Where does he go after that? He gets to move to Barcelona.
True.
Yeah. So, it does help. And then Colin Turner, great, a prime example, more game time for Ireland, but probably a bigger profile for England, etc.
Yeah. Well, plus the fact, if you become a regular in the Irish team, you're probably in it for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
If you become a regular in the England team and you go off form every so often, you're gone and may not ever come back. There's a lot more pressure. There's a lot more pressure on places in England than there is for Ireland. They have so many more players for each position.
And how many players over the years has that happened to? You could write a list.
Well, look at Glenn Hoddle. Glenn Hoddle was regarded as a luxury player by England because he didn't track back, and he played maybe a quarter of the number of games he should have done. So
Platini always said if he was a French player, he would have got 150 caps.
They would have built a team around him.
Yeah, they would have done.
Yeah.
And then the real N7 yet says any player who plays for his country at under 18 level then changes the country Sorry, read that one out, Philip. Sorry.
Yeah, any player who played for his country at under 18 level then changes the country. He should pay the country he played for. Should receive the player's value.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Right, but then he's contracted to a club, not a country. So how do you give the players value to the country he's playing for?
The FA who's gone to should pay the other FA compensation.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
How much money did we put into developing Jack Grealish and Declan Rice's progress? Yeah, exactly.
Too much.
And then to turn around, well, sorry, lads, I'm going across the water. I've got a better chance with them.
Yeah. True,
and the Irish FA looking at themselves going, well, we just paid 100,000 into your development, and now you're sticking two fingers up to us and walking away. No. Come back here. You're not going anywhere. That's why I said if you make first appearance on the under 21 level, you should not be able to go to another country. Once you represent that at that level, that's it.
Yeah.
True. Declan Rice played one full a friendly international with us. Stood there, sung the national anthem and everything. And then after that, hang on, lads. Do you know what? I'm not happy about this, so I'm going to go and sing England's national anthem and play for them.
Yeah.
That's not right. It should never be. You should never that happen. That really gets my goat. Apparently, since 2007, England players have donated their appearance fees to the England Footballers Foundation charity, raising some $5 million. Yeah, I know they did that. So that's one good thing. But I don't know if players don't, Philip, do they?
I've never heard of it. No, I don't know. No idea. I don't know.
And then agreed, once a player has represented a particular country, he shouldn't be allowed to swap allegiance.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true. It's up to 20, under 21 level and above. Yeah.
And Pete says, "Damn it, I reckon you're getting that right." No, I'll be the same if he was at West Ham.
We actually, he was at West Ham when he did this, so that was nothing to do with Arsenal at all.
Philip, Mr. Pogba.
Yeah,
we are going to talk about this more tonight, but we're going to talk a bit about Mr. Pogba. He's now been handed a 4-year drug ban from playing any sort of football. Is this the end of his career? I think it is.
Probably. Like, he's come back with a very, very strong rebuttal of this. He's claiming he's not guilty at all. And you know, not only saying, like, I haven't really read the ins and outs of this case yet, but he's claiming it was in whatever medication he took. It wasn't a straight druggy thing. It was just something he took, and the banned substance was in it, which can happen. It's happened to a lot of athletes. It's happened to I know athletes it's happened to. So
but Philip,
it can happen. But
you should be responsible what you put in your own body.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, people do make mistakes. Do make mistakes, but completely. Like, there's cough mixtures out there that have got banned substance in them. So you just unless you read the bottle, or you have a very good trainer who advises you what to take and what not to take. It's very easy to take the wrong substance. Now, I'm not saying Pogba's guilty or innocent. I don't know what he is, but all I know is he's a bloody idiot for losing the last probably. I don't know what he's probably 29, 30. So they're probably more or less the end of his career now. And who's going to hire him back in 4 years' time?
It was like the Conor Benn thing with the Eubank when that fight got stopped because of him taking a banned substance.
Yeah.
If you're going to take something, Philip, it's your responsibility to read the bottle, to know what's in there, and then you know what's on the list to make sure you don't get caught.
Yeah, that's true.
And all these players saying, I didn't take any drugs. It was only what I was given to take. So it's like you saying to me, Dermot, I want you to drink this and take this tablet. It would help with your back. And I'm a professional footballer, right? But knowing on there is a performance enhancing trait in that medication. That's on the banned substance.
Well, I have family experience of this because my son-in-law was an Olympic athlete in 2016. And I've had long chats with him about this. He says he literally won't even take an aspirin.
Yeah.
Because what can happen there is he frequently, he's told me 6 o'clock in the morning, he got a bang on his door, the drug testers are outside, completely unannounced, taking drug tests. Now that's happened to him a dozen times. And lucky enough, he's clean. But it would be very easy. Say you had a cold, taking a slug out of a Benylin bottle or a Codex or something like that, and find there's something in it, and you're done and banned for your sport for 5 years. It's very easy to happen, but if the guys have their head screwed on, we'll check what they're taking.
Yeah, and you can't use this excuse. I didn't know. It was just given to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You should be responsible what you put into your own body. You should know what you're putting into your own body. But you're going to be drug tested.
I'm going to be very controversial here. I'm going to be very controversial here, right? Now, I hope nobody takes this up wrong. But
well, that's
you
not
know
that's not usual. That's nothing unusual for you, Mr.
well,
Brady.
no. I'm trying to say, you know, the way the
Yeah.
Kenyans and Ethiopians keep winning all these long distance races,
Yeah.
right? It is very, very difficult. They're living in mountain villages, most of them, right? It is extremely, extremely difficult for them to be tested.
See, I get your point.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
I know where you're coming from, but I think because they live in a different altitude to most
That helps.
people,
That helps.
that their
helps.
lung capacity is greater than somebody that runs in Europe or America.
No, there's a lot of suspicion. That's all I'll say.
Well, you look at Russia. How many
Oh yes,
athletes
they're
were
red
banned?
rotten. They're red rotten.
Yeah. You look at East Germany. You look at the Germans back in the day. How many athletes were done for drug taking?
Yeah.
You look at America. You look at Ben Johnson. You look at and especially like in athletics, you very rarely have a clean sportsman. You look at boxing.
Yeah.
How many boxers over the years have taken drugs or put something in their gloves to make their gloves harder?
That's true. I'm thinking back to the women's shot putting from the Olympics and the East German shot put champion, even though it was a woman or a man, you know, steroids to be in them. Yeah, and plus that, you know that in 1990, the East German pole vault champion suddenly became the West German pole vault champion. Anyway, I lost you there.
It's testosterone they take.
Testosterone,
and you should be responsible what you take. It's like Maradona. Do you remember he got caught in '94?
Mm-hmm.
How many drugs did they find samples?
But he turned into a right one. He turned into a junkie nearly, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's still the greatest player in the world, and that handball was never a handball against England. So I don't know what anyone's complaining about.
Here we go. John, I have to make a phone call. I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Who are you ringing? Are you ringing the drug company?
I'm ringing
As Philip goes off and brings the drug testing company to have me tested. Chris says Leeds football cares about drugs in sport, like boxing. Yeah, you're so right, Chris. Boxing is the big. Yeah, it does. You and me have got to have a conversation about the Eubank Ben thing. I'm still not happy over that, Ben, and you shouldn't be fighting now. I think if you're banned, you're banned, and until he proves his innocence that he didn't take any illegal substance, then he shouldn't be allowed into the ring. Boxing is dangerous enough without somebody going in there taking whatever they're taking to make them stronger. You're spot on that. Peter Ram, or athletics, given how the Russian athletes have been let in by the back door, Chris. Yeah, so true. People make mistakes. I know it's a different sport, but Dillian Wright has failed drug tests on separate occasions over the years. For me, in any sport, you take drugs, you should be banned for life. Exactly, I agree with that 100%. What I hate about drugs in sport is the complicity of doctors who should behave to a higher standard. You look at cycling. How riddled was that sport? Like Lance Armstrong, one of them. How that any sport that you need to have an edge on your opponent is so in depth of taking drugs to give you that advantage. It's all about having an advantage over your opponent instead of training hard, giving it you all, and training as hard as you can and letting your hard work do the talking. And I think all sports has got a drug problem. All sports have. Big up to Dan Davenport. Big up Danny boy. He says, "Hey Dermot, depending on my work schedules, I will be starting a new job in a few weeks. Woohoo! Time. Big up. Congratulations, Dan. Really pleased for you, sir. If I'm free on Sundays, Friday for events, I will be free to do watch-alongs with you, Dermot. Well, big up, Dan. You can join me and Mr. Brady and Chris as well as we give you the best F1 coverage around. I think I'm going to get Brad Matthews as well. Me and Philip and Brad did this for a round. But do you know what? You're more than welcome, Danny boy. Great to see you. Congratulations on your new job. Absolutely over the moon for you, sir. Chris says, all sports people are responsible for what goes into the body. Exactly. And that's my point. There is no excuse. It's like, look, I have health issues, right? So it's like my missus saying to me, "Here, Dermot, take this tablet. It's going to make your back better." And I'm going to race against Philip Brady, right? And Philip's trained and trained and trained and trained, and now he has to go to the drug testing company, ringing him back. What time I'm coming around to my house in the morning? Peter M. I get your point. Yeah, there is no excuse. Peter M says Ben Johnson is Canadian. I know he's Canadian. He ran in the 8 Seoul Olympics. But did Carl Lewis cheat as well, by the way? There was rumors Carl Lewis did. There's rumors Linford Christie did. You know, you look at these 100-meter runners, and they're built like brick shithouses, and you're thinking, how the hell can they run under 9 seconds and they're built like that? Yeah. Bit weird. East Germany women athletes were forced to take performance-enhancing drugs, leaving them with life-changing physical. Yeah, they did. Physical effects, including yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Chris says drugs need to be stamped out in all sports. It's going to take for it to end in tears. Or go for shy balls. Piers Morgan will be standing on his well. Don't talk about that idiot. He's an Arsenal fan and he's an idiot. No offense, Chris, but Piers Morgan is an absolute gobshite. Peter M says exactly, Dermot. I was thinking about cycling when I made the comments about doctors. Yeah, exactly. Chris says apparently Conor Benn's verdict and appeal will be found out in a week or so. Then it should be the end. Hopefully, after a 2-year saga. Almost, jeez, it's been going on an awful long time. Chris says, "Hi guys, imagine taking something off a friend to help your code. Cops stop you and you test positive for illegal drugs. You explain, and of course they'll just let you go. Yeah, they'll have you banged up in front of a judge within 5 hours and put away for 10 years." But good, that's so true, Chris. That is so true. And Dan Davenport, Linford Christie did take a ban Samson, did he? Don't know if he did or not. Anyway, I'm still waiting to see any change in the qualifying for the practice for the thing. I think the session has ended now. So what else are we going to talk about today, guys? What else are we going to do? Piers supports us. Yeah, geez, I know. That's why he's a gobshite. That is why he's a gobshite. Now, the FA Cup draw, guys. The FA Cup quarterfinal draw. And what a quarterfinal we have in the FA Cup. Wowee. I'm excited about this now. We have Manchester City versus Newcastle United. Newcastle very lucky to beat Blackburn, by the way. I thought Blackburn deserved that the other night. They really did. They played out of their skin. And only for the penalty kicks. They should have won it, really, in the 90 minutes. But they didn't. And they were made to rue their missed chances. And Newcastle got through. Could this be Newcastle's year of winning it, though? Could Newcastle, since 1969, of not winning a major trophy, could it be their year? Could it be their year?
They'll be there in 5 minutes.
Year?
They'll be there in 5 minutes, though. They'll be there in 5 minutes.
I know, they hear they've only taken it. They asked me for a pee sample. I said, "Can you wait till next week?" I said, "Fine, they're coming back then." I tell you, do you know what brought me back? And I was just thinking that now. Rio Ferdinand. Do you remember when he missed his drug test? And he got
sorry.
See, that's the drug testing company again. Ring him back, telling Philip to come around next Thursday at 5 o'clock. So yeah, FA Cup final draw. What do you reckon to it, guys? Some interesting games there. City against Newcastle, of course, the massive one. Manchester United versus Liverpool. Chelsea versus Leicester. Another home draw for Chelsea. And Wolves at home to Coventry. Look, I think Wolves are going to beat Coventry. I think Leicester's going to beat Chelsea because I think Chelsea are going to get knocked out. Because I hope they do. You know what? I'm a bit stuck on the next two, and I need you guys' help with this. I am going for a Liverpool-Newcastle semi-final and a Leicester-Wolves semi-final. What do you reckon, guys? So Man City go out. Manchester United go out, Chelsea go out, and Coventry go out. There is my Fab Four. What do you reckon? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the chat. I think that's the way it's going to go. I think Newcastle will get to the final. I would love Newcastle to win the trophy. I think the fans really deserve a trophy. But with Liverpool as well, and that Man United Liverpool game will be played on St. Patrick's Day. So that, I mean, that's a cracking day anyway to have a game. But do you know what? I just think you'd be Newcastle, Liverpool, Leicester, Wolves in the semi-final. Just got a feeling that's going to be my semi-final. I'll get Mr. Brady's thoughts when he comes back. And then I was going to ask Philip the question. I'll ask you guys. Do you think, can the FA Cup save Poch from the chop? And why I say that is the FA Cup his last chance. If they get knocked out of the FA Cup, they've got no chance of qualifying for Europe via the league. Will the owners then say, right, enough is enough, we're going to get rid of you? But if he got to the FA Cup final and won that cup, is that enough to save his job, do you think? And do you feel that he deserves the job? If you're looking at it from a footballing fan, forget the Spurs allegiance and forget the Chelsea, how they are a stupid football club. But anyway, we don't like Chelsea. Never have, never will. Do you feel that be enough to save Poch from the chop? Do you feel the FA Cup, if he wins that, reckon that could save him? And if he do lose to Leicester in the quarterfinals, will he then get the sack because they can't qualify for Europe? And I know Nick says they will qualify as runners-up. That rule has changed, I think, a couple of years ago. I don't think that the runners-up, I did double-check this. I am going to double-check it again, but I was told by somebody that I know that works in the FA said that rule had changed about 5-6 years ago. But I'll double-check on that, Nick. But big up, Nick. I hope you're doing well. Great to see you. And haven't seen you around. Where you been hiding, sir? There you go. I'll bring you coming up there. Big up, Nick. Where have you been hiding, sir? Is that rule changed, Philip, that the runners-up won't get into because Liverpool will get the Champions League, but will Chelsea get into the Europa League qualifying stage? I think that rule changed.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll check it here. I'll check it.
Yeah. How was your phone call to the high authorities?
Don't ask.
When they come around to drug test you. When they come around to drug test you.
No, I'm okay. I'm an informer, so they let me alone.
So you're a super grass.
Super grass.
You're like the fella in the court today. The judge says to him, I'm not. Some fella was up in court. He was a super grass or something, and apparently he said some 5-foot midget was done something. I won't say what he did, but apparently the judge says, I've never seen a 5'4" midget doing that to any person in my life.
Oh, lovely.
It reminded me of Del Boy, and they were given the 3 descriptions of the fella that stole the microwave.
Oh yeah, he's not 9 foot tall, 3 foot tall, and 6 foot tall. Yeah.
But seriously, I was listening to it on RTE News right on the way home from Gory, and he was saying, this judge saying, it was in Northern Ireland. This fella he was the head prosecution witness, right? And he said, this fella said, well, Your Honor, he was 5'4". And then when they went through the Gardaí's like statements, everyone's saying he was 5'8", 5'10", 5'11". So, and your man said that the prosecution's head witness said he was 5'4".
Lovely. By the way, the Caribou Cup runners-up do not qualify for Europe. The only way they can qualify is by the league position. So.
Yeah. So that's sort of the questions for you, Philip. And I went through the draw. So this is my semi-final: Newcastle, Liverpool, Leicester, Wolves. They're my final 4. What's your Fab 4?
Yeah, I'll go Man City. I'll go Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Wolves.
That's an interesting. So you're going different for me then.
I think Chelsea would just have a bit too much for Leicester. They overcame a tough Leeds team last night, so
Yeah,
I think they will. I don't want them to win, but I think they will.
Well, Chris, Nick's saying it's not. Nick, I will bring up Nick's comment. He says the Europa Conference playoff place awards Carborough's winner will then be passed on to the highest placed team in the Premier League, not already qualified for the Champions League. So that would then go down.
That's another play. That's the Conference League winner. Yeah.
So that will go down to 8th place then.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty much guaranteed Europe unless we fall apart completely now in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But remember, this was the time of year last year. Yeah. It's the anniversary next week, Dermot, of AC Milan. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's 6th or 7th place. So does the Conference League then drop down one place then in league? It must do then.
Yeah, it must. I don't know. A lot depends on whether we get this 5th Champions League spot.
Yeah. See how that needs to. We can't forget about that. That needs to not to be. Now apparently we can catch. I think Italy are in 2nd. I need to double check this, but Italy are in 2nd. We can catch them. I don't know. I think it's the top 2 that get it. The 5th place.
Yeah.
In the European league table. Philip's nodding his head.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the likes of United becoming bottom of the league didn't help us this season in the Champions League, the coefficient or whatever they call it.
They fucking lost to Copenhagen. Man City just pushed them aside. Shows how bad Man United are. Chris says, controversial or not, I actually think there's more sport people that have took illegal substance than we don't know about.
Of course there is. Yeah. Absolutely. It's pure pot luck whether they get caught or not with a random dope test.
Yeah, go on. Do you want to read that one out?
Who are we talking about? Daniel saying, just when you think he's not an odious enough. Is that Declan Rice or
probably
or Grealish? I don't know.
Yeah.
And Dan Davenport saying, I think Liverpool could win all the remaining trophies they're going for.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're not going to win the league. Dermot will disagree with me, but look what Haaland and De Bruyne did the other night. I mean, they're starting to click big time now. So
sorry, I know I'm jumping ahead in the chat, but I've just seen something from Nick. So there we go.
So we're looking at 6-foot black Chinese dwarf. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah. With one leg.
I just saw that. I
with one leg.
It was the fella in the court, right? And he said to the judge said to him, right, what's this man? He'd done a very serious crime. That's what I'm going to say about it. But the head prosecutor, right? He's the chief witness for the prosecution, right? It's all dependent on this fella. And the fella that's in the dock for it, he says, no, Your Honor, he's only 5'4". All right, and the fella in the dock 6 foot. Right. And the judge is looking at your fella, looking at the witness saying, well, hang on, sir. Are you sure you're right? So dear. He'd do anything to get a letter. If he got a letter sent, he made 500. It's to do with the North. So he was associated with 500 crimes up there, Philip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, right, I'm going to churn Supergrass and get a lesser sentence.
Yeah.
The guards don't trust him up there. Your fella got found not guilty and walked out of the court. I'd rather play at Old Trafford than Anfield, as they won't be able to sit back like they did at Anfield.
Well, that's true. I think the away time might just suit Liverpool there. Yeah.
That's on St. Patrick's Day, by the way. That game.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Christie was found to have taken a banned drug and now that's Lisbon infant Christie and was banned for 2 years by the IAAF on the basis that even if he didn't know, it was strictly liability for taking the ban. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he obviously didn't check. I wouldn't say it was intentional, but he didn't.
No.
I'm just saying pull for the double, says Daniel Field. They might win the FA Cup. I don't think they're going to win. But then again, they might win the Europa League as well. But I think the Championship, the league is beyond them.
No, Philip, you and me are so disagree on this.
Yeah, well, I said I'm not going to change my stance on it at all.
The last day of the season for you and me is going to be very interesting.
Oh, it'll be settled before that. It'll be settled.
No, it won't. It's going to go to the last game of the season.
We'll see.
Well, they've got to play each other. All the big teams have got to play each other around. We've got a massive say in the Championship this year.
Yeah. I know. Well, we have to play
It's
Newcastle. We've got to play City, and we've got to play Arsenal. So
And
Newcastle
Liverpool.
aren't in it, but
No, we played
and Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool.
No, we played
Yeah.
Liverpool. No, have you not played Liverpool away?
No, we beat them at home. No, we haven't played them away yet. No.
Right.
No, because they'll be looking for revenge after the last time. Remember?
I reckon Chelsea would lose in the semi-final. I think they're going to lose to Leicester, in my opinion. Since Klopp and Chris said, since Klopp's announcement, I said we could have a special landing wherever that is.
Need to get your players back fit, though. Need to get your players back fit. The kids will be okay. They're on a high at the minute, but there will be a day of reckoning when the player likes the City or Arsenal. Then
Philip, they won last night against.
But who was it? Southampton, who have bottled it in the last few weeks.
I'm sorry, Philip. I'm rarely. You and me are so apart.
Dermot, they were playing Southampton, a championship side. They weren't playing a Premiership team. And they struggled enough. It was difficult enough game. Southampton, Klopp admitted themselves, the first 15 minutes, Liverpool were all over the place. And so a better team would have taken advantage of them, but didn't.
But they ended up winning 3-0.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, as we expected to do against the championship.
Philip, you've got to beat what's in front of you.
Yeah, that's true. And do you think a 17-year-old kid is going to beat Manchester City? I don't.
City's not winning the league. Help with
They
the
are.
program.
No, they're going to win the league, and they're going to win it comfortably.
They've got more. Look, if Man City win the fucking league, I'll come on here and I'll publicly apologise to you and say, Philip, you were right, I was wrong. But that's not going to happen.
I look forward to that because that's what's going to happen, Dermot.
That's not going to happen.
There's no way Liverpool, the only chance Liverpool have a win in the league is getting all their players back fit. They are not going to win it playing 18-year-olds. Now get real, they're not. You've got to admit that they're not going to win it.
There's more chance of Man City winning the league than Arsenal winning it.
Arsenal will get nowhere near it. It'll be Liverpool and Man City.
So Man City and Liverpool will win the league.
It's going to be they won't.
I am telling you, with Klopp leaving, everything is written in the stars for Liverpool to win the league this year.
I don't believe in that bullshit anyway. I don't believe in the stars. I don't believe in any astronomy things at all. The bottom line is Manchester City, look back, every season they've won the league, this is the time they start coming strong.
No team has won it 4 years in a row, Philip. No team has won it 4.
That's a record that's there to be broken, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're not going to break it this year.
I'm no Manchester City fan. In fact, I think they shouldn't even be in the Premiership. But, hang on, sorry. I've been realistic.
That's the Man City fan club bringing Philip up. Thank you for his support. Anyway, while he's gone, right, you're going to listen to somebody that's speaking a bit of sense, right? Liverpool will win the league. And even Chris agrees with me. Anyway, big up to Nick as well. Big up. We've got Peter Rem. Frankly, Chelsea should stand by Poch, and give him at least one more season to sort out the mess he walked into. Nope, you don't win. Well, he's a traitor anyway, so they can do what they want with him. But I think it's going to sack Peter. You're a very fair man, Peter. You're a very fair gentleman, and I respect you for that. Absolutely, you're a very fair football fan. But for me, no. Dan Davenport. Dermot Pochettino failed to win the Champions League with big name play. Yeah, exactly. At PSG. Pochettino's club level is someone like exactly Dan. Big up, Dan. See, Dan, the man in there with a great point as always. Big up, Dan. And Peter, I respect for what you're saying, sir, as well. Chris says City, Liverpool, Chelsea versus Wolves. City Chelsea final. All charges dropped for both finalists in 2030. I love that. That is so funny. No, the League Cup runners-up don't go into Europe. It's the next team in the league if the winners qualify for Champions League. Yeah, big up Peter as well. Chris says, to be fair, Poch deserves more time. I say he's given these players with a little say. Do you know what? I don't think he does. On my personal opinion of they should be higher in the league with the players they've got. And a better manager would have got Chelsea higher in the league. A better manager would have gotten them to beat Liverpool in that League Cup final. A better manager would have organised them better. Poch, I don't think is good. I don't think he's a serial loser for me. And Poch for me, I thought Poch done great with us. Took us nearly to the promised land, but didn't have that either for big game management or he didn't have enough awareness or the players or something to get him over that finishing line. But for me, when he went to Chelsea and he kissed that badge, that was it. I was done with him. And anything he'd done with Tottenham in the past, it's wiped out of my brain. He may have done brilliant for us, but he could have gone anywhere else bar two clubs, Chelsea or Arsenal. If he went to Man United, Liverpool, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But he went to Chelsea, he kissed the badge, I'm done. Daniel's looking for a 6-foot black Chinese dwarf. Don't see many. If I see one, I'll let you know, Daniel. I don't see many around, but you never know. Big up, so it'd be Spurs. Yeah, probably will be Tottenham. I still think we'll get Champions League, but look, Europa League for me is success this season as well. We've got Chris, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Wolves in the semi-finals. Agreeing with Philip. Rooney has fell out with Copenhagen as he's refusing to sign a new contract. Watched it. I heard that. I did hear. I did when I first read it. I thought it was Wayne Rooney until I realised it was the Rooney from Copenhagen. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Could come to Tottenham. Chris says, I think it's Italy and Czech to head in the. Yeah, I need to double check on that league. I actually need to do my research for that for tonight's podcast. But I will double check on that. And I actually find the table and bring it up tonight, guys. Chris says he loves when Dermo and Philip have how much they disagree. We don't really disagree in an awful lot, me and Philip. It's just we disagree in this. And we disagree on a few things, but not mainly. We don't actually disagree about everything. It's hilarious. I agree with Dermo on some points. Then I agree with Philip on some. See, what you need is a combination of Dermo and Philip. I don't know what our name would be if me and Philip came together as one person. Don Flip. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I'd be a very odd man. I'm 47. Philip is 21. So, yeah, it would be a bit odd, but don't flip. There you go. Tin Man 007. Big up, Tin Man 007. I haven't seen you for a long while. Arsenal will win it. They have the easiest games left. Oh, please don't. But do you know what? I do not want Arsenal winning it, but Man City are not going to win the league. Liverpool win the league, but I don't want Arsenal winning it either. Chris says, before Klopp's announcement, I said only League Cup and Europa League. After Klopp's announcement, I'm just going to be galvanous and us. And I agree with Philip, we need our players back. Look, yeah, I do. I understand where Philip's coming from. You do need your players back. But I think you've got so much momentum and so much goodwill and the fans behind you. And there's sort of a special atmosphere at Anfield. I just think it's going to carry you. It's just going to carry you. We've got a tough run in April. Yeah, we do. City, Arsenal still got tough games left, and yeah, do. And we got to play Arsenal, by the way. And I think we play Liverpool away. We can have a massive say in the Championship. Chris at Dermot, agree. A better manager would have done better. Yeah, Poch is not a great manager. Poch should be managing the North Pole second division side called North Pole FC. I think that's his level. Yeah, I know it was from Only Fools and Horses. It was when Del Boy stole the microwave and they were all necked together. It was funny. That's a great one. You play City at home too? Yeah, we do. We've got to play City at home. Forgot about that. So we're gonna have a massive say in the Championship. I apologize for my co-host disappearing on me. Yeah, and also a big shout out to the Leeds fan that actually fell last night. And a big shout out to the steward that broke his fall. I mean, there's the steward going above and beyond doing his job. Fair play to him. And I hope they're both all right. Seriously, though. Firstly, I hope they're both okay. I hope they're both going to be okay. For the Leeds fan that was celebrating too much, fell over the top. That steward must have thought, what the hell is happening, right? I break your fall, mate. Fair play to the steward. I hope Chelsea I hope Leeds look after the Leeds fan, but I hope Chelsea look after the steward as well and give him a match ticket or something, because that could have turned out really nasty. And that steward has ended up saving that Leeds fan's life by all certain. So fair play. Look, it's sad it's happened, and I hope they're all right. But please, Leeds and Chelsea, do your little bit. Now, last question here, guys. Now, you're back.
Yeah, sorry, Jonas. Work is getting in the way this evening, big time.
Yeah. I do you know what? This is like the Man City Liverpool subject again. Do you know?
And that's it. Ten Hag. I personally don't think Ten Hag is Jim Ratcliffe fancies him.
No,
I think he'll be gone.
Could it be the Fergie thing? When it just got me thinking, they beat Forest 1-0 at that time as well, Philip. You can put two together. Look, I think you're right. Ten Hag is gone. Poch, I just want to go back to this, Philip, very quickly. Poch to say from the chop. I was saying I have no allegiance to Poch whatsoever. I have no sympathy for Poch whatsoever. I think Poch's level is managing the North Pole Second Division side, North Pole Football Club. I think that's his level.
No, he's better than that, though. He's better than that. But
Dan
about it, I think he's safe enough. I think he's safe enough for the rest of the season.
Where's Dan's comment? Dan made a really good comment, Philip. Here we go. It says, Dermot, Pochettino failed to win the Champions League with big name players at PSG. Pochettino's club level is someone like Southampton. I agree with that.
I'd say he's more like maybe middle table Premiership. I wouldn't say, he's not better than Burnley. I'd say maybe someone like Wolves, or maybe Newcastle. Maybe Newcastle. No, not even maybe slightly better than that. He's a good manager. He's a good manager, but I don't know. Is he ruthless enough, or is he focused enough to go the whole way?
Yeah. Do you know what? Newcastle might be a good job for him.
Yeah, I think that they'll be going for someone better than that. They'll be going to
Eddie Howe. I'm telling you now, Philip. Eddie Howe at Chelsea would do a better job than Pochettino.
No, he probably would. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Look, one question, Philip. We're going to finish up soon because I know you're busy. One question: do you think a better manager would have got more out of this Chelsea squad than Poch has?
Yeah. If there's quality in that Chelsea team.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the man to bring it out or to nurture it and bring it along. I mean, there are too many players for a start. I mean, good God, ridiculous bit of buying there. But I think I'd say Ange would do a great job at Chelsea.
Yeah, and to swap it around, Philip, do you think Poch would have done the same job at Tottenham now this season with the players Tottenham have?
Tough one. Okay, if he'd never been there before, there was no smell hanging around from the last time he was here, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, possibly he would have done. Yeah, he probably would have done. But tough question that. I wouldn't. I possibly, but probably not.
Right. I've got one question I would love to ask to come, and I'm going to do this. Ange Postecoglou, right, Philip? We know what he's done at Celtic, and I'm sick of Pete. And that's another thing we're going to discuss tonight. The Scottish League gets an awful lot of crap from English football fans, thinking it's a nothing league. It's not. Do you think? Can you name me any club in the Premier League Ange wouldn't do a good job at? I think there's two clubs he wouldn't.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal's one.
Manchester City.
I think Newcastle's the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think no manager's there. I think it's going to take a Conte or a Mourinho type manager to get Newcastle over that line.
Oh, okay, nice.
I do. I think there's still a lot of talk about Ange going to Liverpool, and it's my biggest bugbear at the moment. He's not going anywhere.
Right. No, he's not going to Liverpool, then, that's for sure.
No. Colin said it would be very hard for any manager when you have to work with a squad of 798 players.
That's it.
Are you telling me they're too short at the big time? They're too short at the big time, Philip. And then Colin saying it is a nothing league. I'm joking. Anyway, that's today's show, Philip. It's an interesting one. It was a fun one. We've had everything from. Oh, Philip, do you want to mention our sponsor above
Yeah,
you?
look at that thing above me head there, the funny looking black thing. It's Drink Wraith, our energy drink partner in the channel, and you get 10% off your first order if you put in THFC till I die. Scan the QR code first, obviously. Put in THFC TID, get 10% off your first delivery of bath water, and then you'll be running for miles with loads of energy after you drink that. Dermot's going to drink it next week, and we're going to see how.
Do you know what? I got an email. I've got to pay €4.25 at the post office to get it delivered.
Oh, the VAT, yeah.
Now, please do so. Look, the money you spend on this, I think this needs to be explained for that. I think you can explain it better than me, Philip. But the money does go into the channel, doesn't it? We get a massive percentage of this. This doesn't go to Wraith Energy. This does come to the channel, doesn't it? If you want to.
As far as I know, yeah, I'm not really into the sponsorship deals on this, but yeah, that's the we it helps us to keep the channel, the graphics up to date and the content up to date and everything. So it's good to have a partner like that, that, and if you guys can help us by buying the stuff, it all comes back into us, and we can get you better content and more enjoyable programs and lots of different things that other channels aren't doing.
And the day I get my box, Philip, I am going to do a video of me opening the box and going through the content.
There you are. Look forward to that.
Yeah. For members. Yes. So pick up your memberships as well. Now, Mr. Brady, the man with the horns, the devil of the Trinity. What we got tonight? We have a special podcast starting tonight, haven't we?
We've got a program starting at 9 o'clock. It's the first of a real
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Is it 8 o'clock? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because what you told me the other day. So that's why I moved it to 8.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Now it's they're called the Unholy Trinity, and the Unholy Trinity have been Dermatron, myself, and Mr. Harris from the Irish Hotspur. We haven't quite decided out who's what there, but I've got horns, so I'm probably the devil. But we're going to be talking. It's going to be hot and heavy, and it's going to be not for the faint-hearted. The language might get a bit choice. It's going to be adult content, I think, the best way of putting it. And we're not going to be we're going to leave the subject matter. It'll start and it'll finish. And what happens in the middle, anything can happen. So that's the way it's going to be.
Now, Philip's, it's been unleashed a little bit. Philip's reigns have been unleashed.
Okay.
Now, I do hold the Philip Brady reigns. because Philip can go into a direction. No disrespect to you, Mr. Brady. Respect you fully. But you do go over the line a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, well, I speak my mind maybe, and that mightn't go down too well in some places.
So I don't know why Colin is spanning the chat at the moment. I'm telling you, Colin, I'm going to have words for you, sir. He's putting this up, Philip, right? I got to say, it says, the way it works, if anyone wants to know. You should do it in your posh voice, Philip.
The way it works, if anyone wants to know, the THFC TID channel gets so much of the sale of which they put back into making better graphics and bringing you better content out more regularly. That's it. That's not spam. That's perfectly true.
But he's put it in 4 times.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Maybe he fell asleep on the keyboard. Oh.
Even Achilles has got to put you on timeout, Colin. Yeah. So the Unholy Trinity tonight.
Yeah.
Philip is the devil. Now, we're a bit stuck on my picture, aren't we? So I want to give you lads 2 options. Do I have smoke coming out of my ears, or do I have a halo that's slightly lopsided?
Or wings.
And what do I do? What do I put Mr. Dave Harris? Do I give him angel's rings? I think I've got to now. I've got to give Harris.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I've got to. Yeah. It is the Unholy Trinity podcast. Number 1. It's not taken over from the Cockle Clock podcast, which is coming back, by the way.
It'll be a regular. It'll happen every so often. This particular one.
The Cockle Clock podcast is going to be more of a summer. It's only a summer podcast, but this is the main one. Anyway, Keelan says, "Smoke, always the smoke. Bring the smoke, Dermo." Okay, and then Colin says, "It's only once on my screen."
Oh, yeah.
He must have fell asleep in his keyboard.
That's it.
And on that bombshell, massive bombshell, we should leave it there. Mr. Brady, thank you so much again.
No problem. I'll see you later on.
For your presence.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot off now, Dermot. A bit more work to do here
for snitch me up to the drug authority. Thank you
Anytime.
so much.
No
Very
problem.
kind.
Yeah.
And
That's
when
what
they
friends
come
are
to your
for,
door at
isn't it?
6 o'clock in the morning, don't come blaming me
I won't answer it. I won't answer it.
on that
Right.
bombshell.
See you later, lads.
We're back at 8. See you later.
Yeah, back
Bye-bye.
at it. Yeah, see you
Bye-bye.
later.